I can't believe it. It is day 3. It is day 3 of the 100K Build and Flip Challenge, day 3. Oh my goodness. So listen, if you've been here all 3 days, put a 3 in the comments. Let me see who's been, because I need to know who I'm talking to. Let me see. Okay, Rakenya, Melissa, Tiffany, Rose, all right, it's just going. Kelly, Shay, Shalonda, Robbie, right? Devitrix, Brooklyn, Marla. Oh my goodness, Ebony. Okay. All right, who's been here 2 of the 3 nights? Who's been here 2 of the 3 nights? Well, yeah, technically 4 because we did have a kickoff call. So this is technically day 4, but y'all know what I mean. From the actual challenge date, okay, we got Zoom user. Okay, let's see if we can get Zoom user's name changed so that we will know who you are. Dina. Okay, maybe support can change your name to so that we'll see Dina. Hey, Jawan, what's going on? Thank you so much, Nisi Poo. All right, so listen, I am Nina Mora, your hostess for the Moses, and I am operating right now as your mindset coach because mindset matters. Before we get started, I want you all to say thank you to Deja and G. Here's the deal. They understand how important mindset is. Not all challenges give you mindset first. The reality of it is this. If we don't get your mind right, they can give you all the systems and the strategies that they have, all the tricks up their sleeve. And I mean, last night, y'all know we did over 1 million, right? So the reality of it is that you will fumble the bag if we don't change our identity. Like, who are we? So just tell them thank you, because not all challenges are equal. Okay, they're not all equal. And the information and the wisdom and the knowledge and the transformation that you all were given as it was downloaded into you this week, I mean, they set the bar high. Right? And they literally are giving you all that they got. So grab your notebooks and a pen. I don't want to delay or belabor the time. Grab your notebooks and a pen. If you can, turn your cameras on, because I don't care if you're cooking. I don't care if you're with the kids. I don't care if you're doing your hair. I don't care if you got a bonnet on. I don't care if any of those things, right? Just don't be in the bathroom, because if we can see you, okay? So don't be in the bathroom. We can see you. Other than that, as long as you're not indisposed, turn your cameras on. If you're cooking, let me know what you're cooking, right? I just finished fixing dinner for my family. I'll be out of town for the weekend. I wanted to make sure they had some good food because I hadn't been cooking. It's been that busy around these parts. All right, so grab your notebook and a pen. You already know. And turning on your camera just makes you more present. Even if you're busy doing something else right now, it will make you more present. All right. So that is very, very, very important to go ahead and let's get connected. So I don't know about you all, but tell me what has been your greatest takeaway thus far. I call them money moments. I don't really like the words takeaway, right? But what has been your greatest money moments from the mindset that you've been hearing so far this week? Let me know. Vegetarian enchiladas with Spanish rice. I like it. Okay. What has been your favorite? Let me know, for all of you that have been here. What are your greatest money moments? The things that you know you can grab and use immediately to see transformation. Create a new identity. That is so important. We all want to think Mamba. The reassurance, the consistency, the confidence. They said everything. Tiffany said everything, right? We got everything. I love it. Jeffrey, thank you so much. All right. So listen, I want you all to know that we want to make sure that every night goes higher and higher. And tonight we're going to talk about expansion, standards, and legacy. Okay. We're going to stop praying for bigger, but tolerating smaller. All right. So expansion, legacy. We're going to stop praying for bigger, but tolerating smaller. Is that okay? Is that okay, everybody? Yes, separating yourself is so important. So tonight is our final night. And I really want to deal with something powerful, because so many people say that they want more, but their standards are still agreeing with less. I'm a firm believer that how we do anything is how we do everything. How we show up for ourselves, how we do anything is how we do everything. How we show up for others, how we do anything is how we do everything. One of my friends that's in business with me, she always calls me sometimes when she's calling me in the mornings earlier, and she'll FaceTime and she'll say, Nina, what in the world? You dressed, your face is done. And I say, yeah, because I'm always ready. And I believe that if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Right? That I wake up and I don't know, y'all, maybe it's because y'all know I'm older than you all, right? Most of you, I'm 53. And my grandmother, my parents, they didn't let us just get up and sit around in our pajamas. Like we had to get up and get dressed. So we had to get up and act like we were ready for business. We had to get up and act like it. So people say things like they want bigger rooms, but they still show up late mentally. Not just physically, but mentally. And then you also know that person, that cousin, that y'all know y'all don't give her like the potato salad or any meat or anything like that come to the family dinners because you always know they're going to be late. When you're categorized, when people know that is a part of your personality. Oh yeah, don't give her to this and that, because don't give him to this because they always late. So people want bigger rooms, but we're still showing up late, physically and mentally. People want greater influence, but they still negotiate with inconsistency. People want legacy, but they keep making temporary decisions. And that is why we cannot make emotional decisions. We should never make a decision while we're angry. Never make a decision while we're sad. Because the hard truth is this. We do not rise to our wishes. We rise to our standards. We don't rise to our wishes. We rise to our standards. So tonight is about closing the gap between what you say you want and what your life is currently prepared to sustain. Okay? We're going to close the gap between what you say you want and what your life is currently prepared to sustain. We ready? So standards reveal what we really, truly expect. Standards. Anybody can speak big, but standards tell the truth. Type truth in the comments. Type truth in the comments. I just want to make sure everybody's with me. Standards tell the truth. So let me tell you how our standards show up. Our standards show up in what we tolerate. Our standards show up in what we repeat. Our standards show up in what we excuse. And our standards show up how quickly we recover and how seriously you take your own growth. You take your own growth. That is so important. So for all of you that decided, I need to make it to the mindset portion, that shows that you're serious about your own growth. You know that you need more than just systems and strategies and links to get funding. You know you need more than that, because after that, what happens? Or what happens if you didn't get anything yesterday? What happens if you got a denial? Are you already down and defeated? How quickly do you bounce back? How quickly do you recover? Les Brown always says, it's okay to fall and fail. It's okay to get knocked down as long as you get knocked down on your back so you can see your way up. We got to get up right away. What is your response time? What is your recovery time like? But what do you excuse from yourself? What do you continue to repeat? And what do you tolerate? You know, I used to be 300 pounds. And I remember the day that I made the decision that, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And I remember it so clearly. I remember I was sitting on the edge of my bed. I was sitting in front of the mirror. And most people think that weight loss is everything we put in our mouths. And although that plays a component, it plays a part, it really begins in our minds. So what do you think about yourself? Where did the trauma even begin? See, even when you gain the weight, that is a reflection of something else that's going on. It is a symptom. of something else that's going on. And if you don't uncover and dig deep to figure out what those symptoms are, guess what? I don't care if you go get surgery. I don't care, and I don't oppose any of it. I don't care. I feel like people got to do what they think is best for them. Here's the deal. You got to find the trigger, Leah. Here's the deal. I don't care if a person gets surgery, if they get shots, if they staple their mouths closed. I know that's kind of crazy, right? Staple their mouths closed, but you get what I'm saying. If we don't fix the trauma bond, as T.I. calls it, right? If we don't fix that and do the deep work to figure out, well, what is it that even sent me there? Why did I use food as a coping mechanism? Then we won't ever get well. Well, that's weight loss, but it's the same in our finances. People sat last night as G and Deja were pouring their hearts out. Now do this, now do that. Now, I'm not telling you what to do, but I mean, you might want to do what's already been done that's working. Why reinvent the wheel? And there are people, I know there are people that sat there and did nothing because they were crippled by thoughts of being not enough. Crippled by thoughts of this is not going to work for me. Crippled by thoughts of, and my credit is shot. Crippled by thoughts when they said, just apply, just apply. It's not a hard inquiry. See, here's the thing. High level people are not perfect. Y'all probably should write that down. High level people are not perfect. They're not perfect. They are just less available for nonsense. Okay? High level people are not perfect. They are just less available for nonsense. I can always tell, when somebody starts up a bunch of drama, guess what, y'all? When they start a bunch of drama, I always say they must be bored. Because people who are actually building something, that's right, they got too much time on their hands. Because why in the world, how did you even have time to conjure up that story? How did you even have time to conjure that stuff up? They're not busy. High level people, they're not perfect, but they're not available for nonsense. Your future is being shaped by what you keep allowing. And expansion requires capacity. I want y'all to write capacity in the comments. Expansion requires capacity. Everybody loves increase until increase starts requiring structure. Ruh-roh, uh-oh. Everybody, we sing the songs. I pray for increase, right? And we sing the songs and we say the scriptures and we pray the prayers. And then when we realize, wait a minute, something is required of me, then we get pushback. Then we get, this might not be the right time. Here's what I want you all to understand. I feel like we're all family now. More opportunity means more responsibility. And more money means more stewardship. More visibility means more maturity. And more results means less room for excuses. Here's the deal. There's a good story in a good book that I read. And there were 3 men that were given talents. All right? Now, the first man went out and multiplied his talents. The second man went out and multiplied his talents. But the third man, he buried his talents because he wanted to play it safe. He said, nah, I want to make sure that, I don't lose anything right here. I'm gonna bury my talents. So when I say more money means more stewardship, we got to understand that what good did the talents do him buried in the ground? Nothing. And sometimes we're presented with an opportunity because we've been praying for things and then God will say, well, let me see what you're going to do with it when I give it to you. Uh-oh. Are you going to multiply the talents moving forward from this challenge? Or are you going to bury them? Are you going to still play it safe? But more opportunity means more responsibility, and you prayed for it. How many of you here? Thank you, Nadira. How many of you here prayed for this? Prayed for more, prayed for an opportunity, prayed for an open door, prayed for a mentorship, prayed for it, fasted for it. There you go. Turn that plate down. And now that it's here, what are you going to do about it? Sometimes people are asking for overflow when they have not built the systems, the habits, or the mindset to hold it. That's like praying for a flood with a teacup mentality. So I want overflow. Give me overflow. Come from the north, the south, the east, and the west. And we calling it. And God is saying, I want to give it to you. But you holding a teacup. Some people got to empty out the luggage. Some people got to look back and say, okay, I'm still holding on to all of this garbage, to all of this stuff that doesn't serve me in this season. And legacy thinking changes our behavior. Write that down. Legacy thinking changes your behavior. You see, Deja and G, they're not trying to set you up for like a one-hit wonder. No, this is not about a one-hit wonder. I heard the passion in G last night in the VIP room. Y'all should go VIP and y'all should have been in there, okay? And I heard the passion in him when he said, no, I don't want you guys to just get one good thing. I want you to build. We're going to break the curse off of us and build legacy. So when someone starts thinking legacy, they stop living so casual. Legacy, not casual. So when you start thinking legacy, you start thinking things like, well, what am I modeling? What am I multiplying? What patterns stop with me? What standards begin with me? What will exist because I decided to grow in this area? You know, what I think about often is, not only did I lose that weight, I taught a lot of people how to do the same thing, right? Because when you learn a thing, when you should be able to teach a thing. And people would come to me and they would say, and I'm not trying to shame anyone. Let me preface that by saying that. I'm just telling you the conversation that we used to have, all right? And people would say, well, Nina, you know, I can't lose weight because, you know, diabetes runs in my family. I can't lose weight because high blood pressure runs in my family. No, it does not. No, it does not. Why are you more prone to diabetes and high blood pressure and all of those things? Because of the habits that run in your family. I was listening to a woman, and she was a Caucasian woman, and she told a gentleman, you know, you'll lose weight once you stop eating all of the things that they ate on the slave ships while everyone was coming over from Africa, from other continents. That wasn't a derogatory statement. You see, people eat things right now that we had to eat because there was nothing else for our people to eat. And so, no, those diseases don't run in our families. The way we teach our families to eat. You ever go to the market and you look in people's carts and you don't see any vegetables? You don't see nothing. You know, everything that, and this is just, I'm going to give y'all this one for free. Y'all ready? Is it okay if I give y'all this one for free? Tell me it's okay if I give y'all this one for free. I'm going to give you a lesson, a real quick lesson. Is it okay? Let me know. I got 2 people, 3, 4. I only got 5 people that say it's okay. All right, well, Deja said it's okay, so it's okay. Everything that we're supposed to eat is on the outside of your grocery store. Everything that you need to sustain your life is on the outside of the grocery store. Everything. Like them, the stuff that's up in them aisles and stuff. Everything, yup. Black seed, yes. Everything is on the outside. And honestly, right now, grow some food, y'all. And I gave you that one for free, okay? Grow some food. Go watch you some videos to learn what kind of buckets to grow in and grow some food. I promise you, you're going to need to. And you heard it from me. Mark this day, April, 10th, 2020, April 9th, 2026. Mark this day. Go grab you some seeds and get to planting, okay? So, what will exist because I decided to grow in this area? Legacy is not just what you leave behind when you die. See, that's the problem. People are like, oh, I could just, that's right, Shandia. As long as I got my insurance policy. No, legacy is not what you leave behind when you die. Legacy is what your life is teaching while you're still here. What is your life teaching while you're still here? What is your life teaching while you're still here? So legacy. What does your life scream about you right now? What does it scream about you? We got to know. When you do leave here, what is the tombstone going to say about you? Methuselah lived 999 years and then it says she died. That's what the tombstone said. I don't want that to be your story. Deja and G don't want that to be your story. That is why you're here. That is why you're here. I want you to write this down. I want you to live full but die empty. Because I don't know why we're afraid of death. It's going to happen. We are born to die. We got to stop acting all crazy. What are you going to do with your life while you're here? I'm setting things in place right now to make sure that my children, my children's children, and my children's children's children will never have to worry about anything. What are we doing? Okay? So we got to understand, what are we teaching by the way that we live? Because legacy is what your life is teaching while you're still alive. So we got to stop normalizing low-level cycles. Write that down. Stop normalizing low-level cycles. That's why we're going to live full, but die empty. All right? Live full, die empty. And we're going to stop normalizing low-level cycles. As a matter of fact, listen to this. I want you all to know that you got to guard your ears, guard your mind, guard your heart, guard your environment. Don't even allow people with low energy to come around you. I don't know where you're going to go, but you got to get up out of here. Don't even allow low energy around you. Because wealth is a high energy result. Wealth, that's why it's a currency that flows. It flows. So we got to stop normalizing these low-level cycles. Low-level thinking, low-level eating, low-level everything, low energy. Some people have become so familiar with delay, inconsistency, procrastination, fear, and self-doubt that they call it personality. No. See, that may be a pattern, but it is not your identity. Patterns can be broken. Standards can be raised. Thinking can be renewed. And sometimes the breakthrough is not in learning something brand new. Sometimes it is in finally refusing what you've been tolerating. So goodness gracious. So I'm going to ask you a question. What have you been calling normal that is actually beneath you? Whoo! What have you been calling normal that is actually beneath you? Woo! Yikes! It's not normal for families to be outside fighting. It's not normal for mothers and daughters to be cussing each other out. It's not normal. That's not normal. Whatever, all this foolishness that which they're showing all over the Instagram and all of that, that's not normal. What standard must rise if your life is going to change? I want you to write that down. What standard must rise if your life is going to change? Whew. Yeah, stop shrinking yourself for other people. Stop shrinking to fit in. What standard must rise if your life is going to change? This is about you, boo. What would a 100K builder no longer tolerate? Come on. What is it that you know you cannot tolerate? Because remember, you got a new identity now. Who you were before you came here this week is not the person you're leaving as. So what legacy does your current behavior produce? If you continue acting the same way you've been acting, doing the same things you've been doing, what will that produce? So we got to become a finisher. We got 5 minutes and oh my God, I didn't even get halfway. Okay, we got 5 minutes. Become a finisher. A lot of people are inspired starters, but few become disciplined finishers. That's like people that are addicted to information but allergic to execution. They want all the information. So you know what they do, Deja and G? They go from challenge to challenge to challenge to challenge to challenge. Thinking that this person, the next person going to say, I'm going to get on every free challenge I can find. And then there's no movement. No nothing. Because you're eating a smorgasbord off of a bunch of different people's plates. A lot of people are inspired starters. Few become disciplined finishers. Finishers are powerful because they create trust. People trust finishers. Teams trust finishers. Opportunity trust finishers. And most importantly, you start trusting yourself when you become one. When you become one. When you become a finisher. Where are finishers at? If you're a finisher, type finisher in the comments. Type finisher in the comments. We got 3 minutes. So I want you to write this down. Write this down, y'all. Write this down. I got to give you this. Write this down. What are the top 3 standards you're raising immediately? Write it down in your notes. What are the top 3 standards you're raising immediately? Who are you around? Boundaries. What are you doing? Come on. What are the top 3 standards that you're raising immediately? What cycle ends with you? Write it down. What cycle? Write the cycle down that say this ends with me. Make it personal. What cycle ends with you? Poverty, let it end with you. Trauma, let it end with you. Come on. Broken marriages and relationships, let it end with you. Fighting and bickering, alcoholism, drug use, let it end with you. Your children will be chaste and pure when they get married. Let it end with you. So the legacy statement, I want my life to prove. What is it? Write it down. I want you all tonight, when you get done, write it. The legacy statement, I want my life to prove. What do you want your life to prove? What do you want it to prove? Yes, we ending the fake love. Set a boundary. You don't have to go to Thanksgiving dinner if you don't want to be there. Stop thinking you got to be somewhere you don't want to be. Free yourself. So I'm going to close this series with this. The goal was to build. So the goal was never just 100K. The goal was to build the version of you that can create, steward, repeat, and multiply at a higher level. Because money without mindset disappears. Opportunity without maturity collapses. Growth without standards becomes chaos. So we move forward from this challenge. As we move forward from this challenge, do not just chase outcomes. Build capacity. Raise your standards. Lead yourself well, because you can't lead others until you can lead yourself. And become the kind of person whose life can no longer fit inside of old thinking. That, my friends, is how real expansion happens. Mindset we need.